Let me just take you through what they're telling us. It is that Nicolas Sarkozy and Ségolène Royal will be going through to the second round of voting in the French presidential election. Mr. Sarkozy polling between 26 and 29%, according to those exit polls. Ségolène Royal between 25 and 26.5%. And that means the end of the road for François Bayrou and Jean-Marie Le Pen, polling between 14 and 19 in Mr. Bayrou's case, and Mr. Le Pen 10.5 to 16. So they'll be out, and it will be Royal against Sarkozy when the French vote again in 2 weeks' time. Let's assess the impact of that with Alistair Cole, an academic in Paris, and I suppose the polls got it exactly right.
I think the polls got it right as far as, they certainly got it right as far as Mr. Sarkozy was concerned. I think Ségolène Royal must be feeling very pleased with herself. I mean, if she's getting at least 25%, then she's scored, I think, a very substantial victory over her own party. This puts her in control of her party. You know, there was clearly going to be some doubt about that. We must not forget also that Sarkozy, you know, if he's on, it depends where he is exactly, but if he's more towards 30%, then that's also a very good score. Much, much higher than Jacques Chirac's ever won on the first round of a presidential election. And Bayrou, we must not forget either that he started from a very low base. I mean, he was on 6% back in November.
And I suppose that's what we look at now. What happens to those 14 to 19% of the vote? Where do they turn if they haven't got François Bayrou?
Absolutely. I think that's the key point about this election. It's what's going to happen in particular to Bayrou's voters. Where do they lie? Where does their heart lie? I wouldn't make a prediction on this actually, but as our colleagues have been saying, I mean, to some extent, historically, classically, that centre electorate has been more centre-right than a centre-left electorate. However, it's completely open, this presidential election, to me, it seems. Anything can happen in the second round.
Do you think France is ready for a female president? It's the big question, isn't it, really?
I think France would be... I don't think that France would have any problem with a female president. I think to some extent this is one of the strengths of Ségolène. It will be interesting to see, of course, what the breakdown of the gender vote is when we get those figures. How many women have been voting for Ségolène?
OK. Yeah. We'll leave it there. Alistair, for now, thank you very much. As I say, it's more than a half an hour before that official